I'm going to show you how you can set up a campaign that will crush on Google Ads even though you're on a small budget, just like we did for our client here who spends about $25 a day on average on Google Ads, but got 18 conversions over the last 30 days, spent 8,000 kronas, which is about $750. And as you can see here, those 18 conversions got him 11 customers for the value of 184,000 kronas, which is an ROI of 21 and a net revenue of around $17,000. So the first thing you'll need to do is head over to your Google Ads account. If you don't know how to set it up, please check my video on that. Then you can click on New Campaign. Click New Campaign. So here you need to tell Google what your business is named. So I'll just say plumbing company for this tutorial. And you need to enter your website, which I have just gone for bostonsplumber.com, and click on next. And in here, you want to either choose leads or create a campaign without a goals guidance. I like to create a campaign without a goals guidance because it gives me all the options down the line in the Google Ads campaign setup. For the campaign type, you want to use search, and then you want to make sure that you have tracked your conversions correctly. This is super important to actually track your analytics on Google Ads. And then you want to name your campaign. I will just name this campaign tutorial like that. You can put this video on 2x speed. I like to do that when I watch these types of tutorials to make it go faster. And then you can just click on Start New. Now for the bidding, we will actually use a bidding strategy that is not displayed during the campaign setups. We'll do that after the campaign is set up. So just for now, we will click on Next, and I will show you later how you can use the bidding strategy we want to use. And we do not want to be displayed on any of the networks, so make sure these are not checked. We only want to be displayed on the search network, not the partners network or Google Display Network, which will just waste our money. And we want to, in locations, enter another location. This is super important again, and go to advanced search. In here, you have a couple of different options. You can either just go for your area. Let's say that you are located in Boston and you would like to get jobs from all of Boston. But as you can see here, this is how Google views Boston. So it might not be the best option for you. So if you cross out that, you can go to radius. This is another thing you can do. Let's say that you are located around Everett and only want to take jobs in a 10-mile radius within Everett. You can click on 10 and pin mode, and then click on Everett. And as you can see, you will get a radius of 10 miles around Everett, and you can do this smaller down to 5 miles or whatever you want. But what we like to do is actually use the different locations across Boston. So if you click on show all areas right here, you will see that Google will show you all of the different small areas within Boston. So you can just include all the areas you want to serve. The reason why we do this is because we get a lot better analytics once the Google Ads campaigns have run for a while. So we can see what areas converts better and where we get the most amount for each client, etc., etc. So once you're done with including all the areas you want to include, you can just click on Save. And then you want to have the language set to English, of course, and the audience segments. You could set these, but for now we will just have them be like they are because it is not too important. And you can also do that later after the campaign is set up if you do want to. Broad match keywords, we do not want broad match keywords, and you have to click on more settings because there is one really important one, which is the ad schedule. Here you want to schedule, only have the schedule set up for when you're able to take phone calls and when you're basically on your, have people in your business at work. So let's say you are only open from 9 to 5 on Mondays to Fridays. And the thing we also like to do here is actually make different campaigns for different times of the day. Like we have one for the day of Mondays to Friday, we have one for nighttime, we have one for evenings, and then we have one for the weekends, just to have different campaigns because we can bid higher on those times because we can charge our, the customers the plumbing customers, we can charge them more on those times of the week. So then you can click on next after you set that up. Now for the keywords and asset generation, we will do that later. I will show you how to do that. You can just skip that for now. As you can see here, Google have some keywords that they would like you to use, but for now you can just delete all of them except from the plumbing near me. And then we can move on to the ads. So in here, you can see that you have the final URL where people are being sent when they click your ad. So this is important that this is the correct URL, because else you won't get any clients from the ads. When they click on your website, they won't be sent to the right website. So for the display path, you want to this is only where what is being displayed. This is not actually where people are being sent. So you can just say like plumber. If you don't have that clearly in your URL, people will see clearly, oh, this is a plumber website. When they see your ad, as you can see here, it says now bostonsplumber.com/plumber. And for the headlines, you want to use a couple of different strategies. You want to have dynamic headlines which are different from each other. You want to use some offers. You can say get a free quote today, and you can say best plumber in Boston. You can say local plumber Boston, and you can say book online free estimates. Or we can actually do book online for free estimates. There we go. And we have a long list of both headlines and descriptions we know work for plumbers and other local services like electricians and roofers and landscapers, etc. Moving on to the descriptions, I will be back in 2 seconds with my descriptions. Now I'm done with the descriptions. The only thing that is important with the descriptions is that they are actually long, so your ads will be displayed larger on the screens. As you can see here, they will be larger when you have long descriptions, so make sure to max out those characters, and also make the text just something that is tempting to the users. And next, you do want to add connect your Google Business profile to your Google Ads account to get access to the logos and name of your business, which will be displayed up here. And also site links, these are really important. There are 3 site links that are super important, but you can also fill out more, which I do recommend. The 3 site links that I really recommend is prices, and the final URL will be bostonplumbers.com/prices. And then we will just copy this to use it later here. You want to have prices displayed, and you want to have services displayed. So these site links are places where people can click, as you can see here, just underneath the ad, to go to the URL that you are putting in each site link. So for the services, they will come to bostonplumbers.com/services. And for the last one, you need to have your service areas displayed on the site links, and let's say that you have those under service areas in your URL. So then you can click on create. And as I said, you do want more site links than those 3, but that's how much I'm going to do right now. For the callouts, you do want to have some callouts. So you can say, which will just be like free estimates, plumber, Boston, call today. We can use those. Apply. And more asset types. We really need to have the calls on the ads. This is super important. For now, I'll just use this example number right here. You obviously need to have your own phone number. So this is where people can just click on the call button just underneath your website ad. so they can call you directly. Apply that, and you also need to set up conversion tracking for your phone calls. And once you're done with that, you can click on done. And here you can see we have, again, Google wants us to have more keywords, but we will do that later after the campaign is set up. So you can click on next. Now, as I said, we want to use a different bidding strategy. So for now, let's just put this to $1. Click on next. You don't need to worry about Google's optimization score, to be honest. So you can just leave that as is, and you don't need to do everything Google tells you to do, because their goal is not to get you the most amount of money. And then you can click on publish campaign if you're happy with your campaign. And as I said, super important that you set up your conversion tracking correctly. But for now, we will not do that. That is for the scope of another video. Now that we are done with setting up the campaign, we want to head over to the planning and keyword planner. And in here, we want to use the keyword planner. Let me just put it to English. You can use the whole of the United States if you want that, to include all the United States or just Boston. If you have enough search volume in your area, you can use that, but I just like to use United States. And then we can say English, of course, and we want to use plumber as our keyword to be researched. So this is what we get when we search for plumber. We obviously have plumber, and then we have plumbers near me. As you can see over to the right-hand side, you can see how much you need to bid for each keyword. Under plumber and plumbers near me, we have emergency plumber near me and emergency plumber. We like to have those type of emergency words in a separate campaign. Now that you have a small budget, I would recommend to only start with one campaign and then do a general campaign or a campaign for general plumbing words. So do not include these two on that campaign. What you can do though is that you can say you want to use plumbers near me. There's not a big difference in how much these keywords are bidded for. You don't want to have cheap plumbers near me, because people who search for that are typically, as we have seen, they are going through different websites finding the cheapest plumber. You don't really want to rank for cheap plumbers near me. Now we want to have local plumbers. You can have 24 plumber near me, but that is again what we like to use in the emergency plumbing services near me, plumbing companies near me, etc. You can go through a lot more keywords than this, but for now I'll just show you. Then you can find your campaign that you made up here, and we obviously made the campaign tutorial, and then we want to add it to the ad group 1, which is the one we made in our campaign. And then we need to say add keywords and click on confirm. And the thing is adding our keywords. Now we can head over to our campaigns and ad groups. And now we will have the search keywords that we just added from the keyword planner. Click on that. And in here, you can see that you have the different keywords. Now, as you can see, these keywords have the match type of broad match, which basically means that they have a really broad matching requirement. Meaning, if people search for near me, you will rank for near me just because you have plumbing services near me, which is really not what we want. But phrase match is that we can just move this to phrase match. Phrase match is that you will only be searched for the words in here that are stringed together. So when people say something along the lines of plumbing services near me, you will get ranked for that. An exact match is that you rank for exactly that search term. So when people search exactly for plumbers near me, you will rank for exactly that. So we like to just move all of our broad match keywords over to phrase match keywords. So what you can do is that you can click on this icon right here, and you can click on edit, and you can say change match types and change all match types. And you want to change the match types from broad match to phrase match, and then click on apply. And if you wait for a couple of seconds, you will have all the keywords over to phrase match keywords, just how we want it. So the last thing you need to do for your campaign, for a budget campaign, is that you head over to your campaign and you will need to set the campaign. If you click on this little button right here, you can go over to your campaign settings, and in here you want to change the bidding strategy from maximize conversions to up to manual CPC. So click on that and click on or select a bid strategy directly, not recommended. And then you want to enter manual CPC and click on save. And then you can also say how much you want to spend on Google Ads each day. So if you want to spend $25 per day, you can just say that here, and Google will not spend a lot more than that. You might get up to like $30 someday, but it's not a big deal. And there you go. And that's how you set up a Google Ads campaign when you're on a budget. If you'd like us to do this for you, please make sure to click the link in the description and subscribe if you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.